What have we done in the last 12 months? Well, I think we've made a lot of noise in the region. We've put the foundations of our business in place. My management team is broadly a brand new management team. We've been able to attract a lot of talented individuals from some of our competitors. And we've put a new organisational structure in place such that we're placing a lot more emphasis on our hotels and on our owners. So that's one body of work that we've been concentrating on for the last 12 months. We're over-investing in our brands and in our sales and marketing structure. In 2011 we put on 32 new salespeople. Well, those 32 new salespeople are salespeople outside of the hotels. They're not based in hotels. They're selling intra-regionally into our 76 hotels within Asia Pacific. We're also investing in brand. This is a first for Carlson, and I think in 2011 there were a number of firsts. But we spent roughly $4.5 million in the last quarter of last year introducing Radisson Blu as our 5-star hotel brand into the region. My strategic plan for the next 4 years says that we're going to repeat that spend each year on Radisson Blu and on our other brands in the region. So that's the second strand of focus. The third one is really to build on the development momentum that was created before I joined the company. We opened 20 hotels last year. We signed 32 new hotel deals in Asia Pacific in 2011. We'll open another 18 hotels this year in Asia. And we hope to sign at least as many new hotels for our pipeline in 2012 as we did in 2011. So development is the third key strand of what we've been focusing on in the last 12 months. Well, you know, if you look at our 76 hotels in Asia Pacific, we're heavily weighted at the moment towards India. We're very proud of our India management platform. As at today, as I sit here in February of 2012, we have 50 hotels. We'll open 16 new hotels in India this year. And we're well on track to our target of 100 hotels in India by 2015. We have an all-Indian management team sitting in Delhi. I have an office of about 60 people. We have 4 regional offices throughout India that support the hotels. And over the last 24 months, we've been able to distribute our hotels from primarily in the past a density of Radisson, Park Plaza, Country Inn and Suite hotels in the north of India to a more geographically spread portfolio within the country. So India is very much a focus for us. We're big there. We are the largest, I think, international hotel management company in India. We aim very much to keep it that way. The other bookend, as I call it, of Asia is, of course, China. We're not so advanced in China as I would like, nor are we as advanced as we are competitively in India, in China. So we've got a lot of focus in the next 24 months on building the same sort of capability and accelerating our pipeline growth in China. Outside of those two countries, we're very active in looking for hotels in key gateway cities where we currently don't have a representation. So today we have multiple hotels in places like Beijing, in Sydney, in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Bangkok, but we're not in Singapore, we're not in Hong Kong, we're not in Tokyo, we're not in Seoul, we're not in Kuala Lumpur, we're not in Jakarta. So these 7 cities are a strategic priority for me this year and beyond in terms of completing our network. Well, the good news is a lot of good feedback. I think that's for a number of different reasons. I think firstly, the new management team in place has a certain amount of credibility, and I think that gets us to the table at least, whereas I suggest perhaps before we were not getting to the better management contract agreements. So I think the credibility of our management team is the first thing. The second thing is people can see, the industry can see that we're spending money on our brands and we're putting our money where our mouth is. The third and probably the most significant reason is that we did a lot of work last year on understanding where the sweet spot in management contract deals are. And one of the things that we think is an advantage which others could see as a disadvantage, is I listed earlier on the number of cities where we don't have hotels. Now, that's an advantage from our perspective, because we're finding that we're getting a lot of traction in terms of interest from owners in cities where we don't have hotels, because our bigger competitors already are bound by their geographies of their existing hotels. So where cities are moving, Jakarta, for example, Kuala Lumpur, for example, there's still a strong pipeline, a strong reason for the supply of new hotels. Because we don't have a hotel there, puts us in an advantage to others that have multiple hotels there already. Well, I think the three most populous countries in Asia Pacific are India, China and Indonesia. We're active, as I've already outlined, in India and in China. Indonesia is one of those countries where I think you tread with caution in terms of how to get into Indonesia. We don't have a presence there today. We are in discussions with several parties at the moment about strategic alliance, particularly around the rollout of what we think is a very exciting opportunity for us to introduce into Asia over the next few years, which is our mid-market Park Inn by Radisson brand. One particular party that we're dealing with in Indonesia, who we already know through our travel business, have approached us with a view to developing 20 plus Park Inn by Radissons in Indonesia over the next 5 years. Those discussions are in the early stages of development at the moment, but I would hope that I'll be able to come back on this to you at some point in the next 4 or 5 months and give you the information around that deal. Well, an interesting statistic I often bring out at these sort of conferences that we're at here, we currently, at the end of 2011, produce 7% of Carlson Rezidor hotels' income globally. But more interestingly, we represent 33% of the development pipeline between now and the end of 2015. So we started this year with 75 hotels. We'll end this year at 93 hotels. And by 2015, we're on target. And if we don't sign another hotel until 2015, we will have in operation 162 hotels in 2015, and I would expect that we're in a significantly better shape then in terms of our development pipeline than even we are now. And why is that? Would that be the case? Because the introduction of this Park Inn by Radisson brand into Asia Pacific, I think, is going to give us massive momentum in terms of the numbers of hotels that we're going to open. Look, I think Australia is largely insulated from a lot of things that are happening around the world. We all know the story about, resources and the strong Australian dollar and what that means in terms of tourism. The markets that we're in, essentially Sydney, Melbourne and Gold Coast. Sydney and Melbourne have had good years in the last 12 months, or a good year in the last 12 months. Gold Coast, surprisingly, we've done quite well there. The owners are very happy with the performance of the Gold Coast. So, with 4 hotels, it's not a significant market for us at this stage. I would like very much to expand in Australia. Is it a strategic focus for us in 2012? Probably not. Are we putting development resources into Australia to start looking for more opportunities? Absolutely we are. We're sending a senior development resource down to Australia in April of this year. So we'll have somebody on the ground that is actually out there hunting for opportunities. Fiji's going gangbusters. I don't think just for us, it's going well for I think all of our competitors as well. I was in Fiji at the beginning of the final quarter of last year. Here at our global business conference, we have our Fiji owner, who is exceedingly pleased with the financial performance of his resort. And it's lovely to go to a property and talk about real yield management. When you've got that stronger demand for a destination, you can really get into how to maximise the return for the owners. So it's a great market for the hotel business at the moment, and long may it continue.